try to preserve American history, and that's what this is all about. State Board of Education members in Texas are debating what changes to make to their social studies curriculum, my favorite subject, I might add. Parents, teachers, and activists are all weighing in on the proposed changes ahead of a preliminary vote set to be held by the board. And any changes could impact the students are taught how they're taught across the country.
Joining us right now is Kelly Shackelford, the president and CEO of Liberty Institute. Good morning to you, Kelly.
Hey, good morning.
All right, so I just clarified some stuff just so the people are clear what's going on down there. And it's not, and I want you to clarify, this is not just pertaining to Texas. This has got implications for hundreds of thousands, millions of parents across the country.
Oh, absolutely. And first, I just want to say that, look, the TEA statement I thought was really silly. Fox has done an excellent job. I think most Americans wouldn't even know about this, and something that is going to affect them. When you set these social studies standards for Texas, those are for 10 years, then, of course, the textbooks are going to be formed around whatever those standards are, and Texas is such a large consumer of textbooks that they end up being the textbooks all over the country. So this does affect everybody across the country, and what your kids are going to see about what this country is about, how it was founded, and all those kinds of issues.
Kelly, what got your attention? Could you give us an idea of some of the ideas that have been bantered about who should be in and who should be out, and what biography should be highlighted and what shouldn't be?
Absolutely. In the first go-around, which started back in January, I mean, Christopher Columbus had been taken out, Neil Armstrong had been taken out, Independence Day had been taken out. They had taken out Christmas and replaced it with a study of Diwali. A lot of bizarre things that, again, we've got a number of really good conservatives on that State Board of Education, and they led the way to say, that is not going to happen. And people started coming out, and so they changed those. This time, yesterday, for instance, Thomas Edison was put back in. We had Albert Einstein put back in. The attempt to say, no, we're not going to use AD and BC anymore, that was defeated. So really, I think things are going really well because people are speaking up. We've got some really good people on that State Board of Education that are fighting for these founding principles and these great inventors and these people we should be studying, and that will positively affect the whole country if we have victories on these things.
And Kelly, we should be clear, you mentioned the people who sit on this Texas State Board of Education. There are, I believe, 10 Republicans and 5 Democrats. It's no secret that the social conservatives have been trying to get rid of what they say is a liberal bias in the curriculum and in what eventually will be the framework that will serve for the textbooks.
Absolutely. What happened is a review panel looked through things and then made a bunch of recommendations. And a bunch of these recommendations were liberal. We had liberal attacks coming at the last meeting, which is why it even went over into this month. There were so many of these left-wing attacks. But the good news, as you say, is there's some really excellent people on the State Board, the conservatives that have been fighting these issues for years. And they're winning these battles so far, but it's not over. It'll continue today. There'll be another vote on Friday. And for instance, when our legislative director was there, he was asked at length by one of the non-conservative board members about why not take out this statement about the religious basis for our founding being part of something that should be taught. So there's still going to have to be some fighting to go before this battle is over.
Hey, Kelly, you're there doing the fighting. Kelly Shackelford, the president of Liberty Legal. Thanks.
Thank you.